Previously.
On Chosen Ones. The group meets back up for dinner, learning more about Miffy's spark and his ability to find anything he's seen before, even if it's based on an illusion. After his clear hesitation to leave the mountains, they decide to head into the caves, dividing into 2 boats. Miffy shows them the magical display of glowing algae on the walls that tells the story of the gods and their transformations, before revealing his true purpose in taking them here, to help the god he is an Asmer of, Claytor. Still shell-shocked by this revelation, they follow Miffy out of the boat. He leads them to a large formation of crystals that slowly start to part to reveal the form of the long-lost god. His first words to the party indicating they might have just landed into an even bigger mess.
Born from the same branch and leaves, wild and free, living here in harmony. Don't you see? This is where you want to be. But when you leave, the world is never what it seems. If only we could travel back in time. Whoa.
So you see, as this man has started to come out and like look at Miffy kind of curiously for like why he was like disturbed essentially, and Miffy being like, oh, there's people here, and he looks over towards you, and you see him at that kind of start to retreat, and the crystals start to come back around him as he's like going back, and Miffy's like, wait, no, it's okay. I brought Avayath. He's part of a prophecy or something. Is that gonna do anything? And Claytor kind of stops in the middle of like having the crystals gather back around him and looks just so clearly like not necessarily disappointed, but just like what are you doing? Like at Miffy essentially, as he's clearly just rambling things off. What Miffy is saying does not seem to ring true to him in any way. And he looks towards you all and he's just like,
there seems to have been a misunderstanding. I am not Claytor. Goodbye.
And he starts to go back, the crystals start to form around him again, and Miffy's like, wait!
We're all just like, how do we even...
We're all like, how do we... We've talked about this motherfucker since day one, like...
And now when we're like face to face, we can't say shit.
We're literally like,
Avayath is in such disbelief that he's like, I guess he wasn't Claytor after all.
You see the crystals have almost fully formed him. If he's like, no, he is. It's just, there's a lot of stuff going on. Wait, come back. He's like knocking on the crystals again.
Hey, we can help.
I have healing magic.
Eventually, like the crystals clear enough just so that you see his face, and he's just like,
just forget you saw me. It's better if you just forget.
Why is that?
And Miffy's kind of twiddling his thumbs a little bit, and he's just like, he can't, like, use magic and stuff very well right now. And you see Claytor's head snap towards him, and he's just like,
Miffy.
Oh, so he's killable. Perfect. Just kidding.
And Miffy's just like, you need help. And I told you, Avayath he's a prophecy, so I figure if he's supposed to save the world or something, wouldn't healing you be part of that?
he's like real good at what he does, and he like is a big fan of yours, so.
Shui kind of like snaps out of his stupor, I guess, and he kind of quickly approaches Claytor, not like all up in his face or whatever, but like
Just his crystallized
Yeah.
face.
he jumps forward and he's like, "Hi, I'm Shui. Really nice to meet you, Mr. Claytor. Yaga told me so much about you.
Yeah, ad nauseum.
If you're hurt and need help, we can help you."
Ordinary magic won't heal this.
Well, Avayath is anything but ordinary.
What's wrong with you? It looks like... Wait, what does that look like?
Magic that comes from me cannot heal me.
Oh. I got a healing spell or two. No, I got one. Theo can heal. Not to put you on the spot. I think Shui can, but I've never seen him cast it, so.
Miffy's just like, can you just let them try? Maybe? And you see this man behind the crystals sigh very heavily and start to pull the crystals away and look back to Miffy.
You can't just bring anyone here. You know that. We've talked about that.
And Miffy's just kind of like sadly nodding a bit, and he's like, I thought I would help. I just wanted to help you, and you're not gonna get better by just being alone all the time.
At Arthur.
Arthur's been dead silent this whole time, and just like staying as far back as he can.
Arthur's bitch ass knew he was here.
Miffy's right. I mean, you have to ask for help eventually. You can't stay like this forever.
No, you are not lecturing your god.
Oh.
Know your place.
He still is in denial. He's like, oh, this. I need to help this Claytor impersonator. After he's come out of the crystals, kind of just sits down in front of them with his legs crossed, and he seems to not be like towering like the other figures of gods that you've met. He's about maybe 6 feet tall. He's shorter than Avayath, actually.
Whoa.
Shorter than me.
Yeah. And he just kind of sits down with his legs crossed, and looks up at all of you, and looks back to Miffy, and just kind of puts a hand up towards you, like gestures towards you all, like,
Go ahead if you think you can help.
Well, what's wrong with you?
he points to the big scar in the middle of his body.
What happened to make you like that?
A few hundred years ago, something came through the range here with enough ferocity that it almost tore me in two.
Your mountain form?
Yes. I've been unable to take it back on ever since.
The hell could come through here and tear a god apart?
The only thing that can affect gods besides other gods are sparks, so I assume one of you.
Okay, well, not one of us, but,
One of your kind.
right, okay. Well, right. It was fucking Ramona. That's my theory immediately.
I can bless and gift others, but I cannot connect with my own magic myself.
I see. And you have no idea who it was that hurt you so bad?
I am not conscious in that form.
I see.
Well, if you don't mind, I think at least attempting to heal this is worth a try.
Your magic comes from me, I can sense it.
We're talking about the others. I think the other three of us here.
Yeah, Avayath is lying. you wanted to help Claytor. Go ahead. Moves out of the way.
Looks to Theo.
Theo like shrugs with his eyes wide and he's like, I don't know if I can do anything.
I'll give it a shot here. He'll cast Healing Elixir. Whoosh. Here is, here, try giving this a drink. Mine doesn't come from, you. So, maybe. Here.
He takes it from you, and he takes a drink, and you can see as he does so, it literally starts to seep out through his stomach where that injury is. And you see him just cough roughly, and cover his mouth and just like drop the bottle that you've made. It shatters on the ground.
Oh,
Oh.
That did not work.
yeah, I see that. Sorry, I didn't. No, my bad. Backed away.
So you've been like this for
200 years.
What happened around that time, Cassie?
You died?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, it was Ramona for sure.
Oh, well, Theo, you can heal some unusual injuries, right?
Can I still do that? Wait. I know what you're talking about, but...
I don't know, Theo can just try it.
Okay, so yeah, Theo nods, and he's like, I don't know if I can heal this, but I can try. He will go forward and use Cure Wounds, I guess.
You cast it, and it almost feels like as you are, like, casting it, it, like, bounces back off of his skin.
Resistant.
Like, the magic does not seem to take to him at all. And he sighs again to that.
That, makes sense. Sorry about that.
Does all magic do that?
Gods cannot be healed in the way that mortals can.
I can heal normally.
You're not a god.
Well,
Funny story.
What?
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, maybe Shui, you got any healing spells, bud?
What about your spark?
I literally don't know any of your spell abilities. Yeah, your spark too. You got that. I don't know no spells that you have.
I've been working on this healing spell, but I can try my spark.
Yeah, that might not hurt.
His fake spark.
Could you stop?
He goes and kneels down in front of a Claytor. I forgot his name for a second. He just doesn't seem real to me. And he conjures up his spark, you know, the little healing dagger.
It's so unfortunate that Shui's spark takes the form of a fucking knife.
Yeah. You see Claytor, like, back up at that almost.
No, for real, it does heal. It does.
I'm just gonna poke you with this, okay? And you tell me how you feel.
I don't know if I'm okay with that.
It does heal, trust me. It
Shui's
is.
like, and then he pokes him anyway.
We are so disrespectful to any gods that we interact with.
Oh my god. You stab him, and it gives temporary HP, right?
It does.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that fixes his wound at all, but it does seem like that affects him in some way. And he looks at you, and he's just like,
So, that's your spark then?
I think so. Master Arthur says it's artificial.
Artificial. An artificial spark? What has happened in 200 years?
A lot. Like a lot. Trust me, I'm catching up too.
I'd tell you, but I don't know a lot, Miffy says, like scratching the back of his head.
I can try the healing spell I've been working on, but it's my first time using it. It might not work.
It could. If it's coming from, not the same place other magic is, there might be a shot. It's better than nothing. If anything, you waste a spell slot, but like...
I have one 7th level spell prepared, because I forgot to change it. That spell is Regenerate.
Ew.
So I do not know if it will work, because, magic. But what Regenerate does is, he touches a creature and stimulates its natural healing ability. Target regains 48 plus 15. 4d8, not 48.
Damn.
Plus 15 hit points. For the duration of the spell, the target regains 1 hit point at the start of each blah blah blah.
You're good. You don't have to read it out. It has the same effect that Theo's has, where it kind of like doesn't take to him. It like almost bounces off.
Okay, cool.
I told you, normal magical means cannot heal a god.
Yeah.
So, all that means is that we just have to find someone to help you then, right?
I will not leave this cave. It's very bad for the balance of things if I die.
I imagine if any god dies, yeah, it's probably not the best.
The world will be at an imbalance until I can reform again, and that could take who knows how long.
What, if you know, what are the, effect that hurt you, feel like exactly? Yeah, it's a weird question, but I'm curious.
Like I was disappearing.
Disappearing?
That feels like a Ramona thing. I'm just saying she did that. That was not confirmed, but...
Literally, yeah. Dude, disappearing, like, what do you mean?
Like the part of me that was affected was leaving. It was going away.
Let's see.
You cannot tell anyone that I am here.
Well, yeah, we didn't plan on it, trust me.
Rumors have spread before, and it's only led to misfortune.
Right.
Theo looks at Avayath and seeing it as just to look at what he's looking like.
Avayath looks pretty devastated, I guess.
You worship me, don't you?
I do, yes.
Has my magic been helpful to you?
It's been very helpful. I don't know if you could hear my prayers, but I've been praying every day.
I cannot. I have lost connection. But I can feel when it's being used.
I see. Well, your magic's been used to help a lot of people. I've done everything I can to use it for good.
He nods at that. That seems to make him happy, at least.
Yeah, he's been very good about helping us all out. No necromancy either, and I know how you feel about that, so...
No necromancy.
Yeah, no necromancy. He says necromancy ain't supposed to use it.
I don't think that was in my tenets.
Yeah! I wanted to hear him say it! Fuck yeah!
Oh. Huh.
Looks over at Avayath. See his reaction to that?
I guess he's correct. Technically, it only says not to mess with the cycle of life and death, and I guess people chose their own interpretation.
Bringing a creature back from the dead that doesn't desire to be brought back is against the laws of nature, but eventually things come back. That is the cycle.
Yeah, reincarnation, things like that, right? That's what this whole story in that Kay was kind of talking about.
Yes.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think, do we know anybody who has like a healing spark at all?
You know Angevin, the medic.
Her spark heals?
You know she has a healing spark.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if it was specifically mentioned in podcast, but I think I told you outside of podcast, oops, this is why I need to stop doing that,
Yep.
that she has a healing-based spark.
Doesn't our medic have a spark that heals? Angevin, back at the compound?
That's true.
I think so.
Hey Arthur, how many teleport spells you got?
He's way far back and he's like, I cannot interfere with this at all. I cannot touch it. He's like back against the wall almost.
You can't?
Nope, this is your thing.
Cool. Okay. Well, we might know someone who can help you.
I cannot leave this cave.
We aren't planning on taking you out of here. You don't, need to do that necessarily. But we know of someone who might be able to help. We could potentially bring him to you.
I'm not sure how comfortable I feel with more people knowing where I am. I only was found because this one seems to have a spark that allowed it.
And he nods to Miffy at that.
Right, but you seem to only be able to be affected by sparks, it seems, in terms of healing.
There are plenty that could harm me, though.
That's fair. But I'm sure I speak for all of us when we say we'd like to help you out. Especially if things seem like it gets real fucked up if we don't.
What do you mean?
I don't want. I feel like Avayath should be the fucking one talking here. I don't know. Avayath is your god.
Yeah, Avayath says, well, you're someone that I worship after all. Trying to heal you is the least I could do. I can't just leave you here.
Plus, you said yourself, if you die, the balance, everything gets thrown off, right?
It's better for me to remain than to risk that.
Well, are you certain you don't want us to bring a healer? We could...
No one has managed to find me so far. Aside from all of you now.
And he looks back to Miffy at that, who's just like, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were going to be this mad about it.
Well, the only solution I can think of is to try and get a healing spark somehow.
One of us has to develop one then, yeah.
If that's the case, then I'll try to find a way to get a healing spark myself. If it's for you, Claytor, I'm willing to.
I'm not sure if that's something you're able to just do.
I feel like we're stocked up on trauma. I feel like we probably are due for an upgrade sometime soon. But no, I don't say that in character.
Arthur hyperventilates in the background.
Yeah.
Avayath's response will be, well, someone has to try.
Yeah.
Is there any message that you want me to spread for you, Claytor, or anything I can do for you?
Can you tell me if you've seen any more of my god touched besides Miffy? They've all been missing for a long time.
I get the feeling that I have.
Mm-hmm.
There's a woman named Essence, back at the...
Essence?
Yes, at the Chosen Few compound. I suspect, I don't have confirmation, but I suspect that she's one.
I mean, it's pretty much confirmed, given the appearance and, yeah.
I'm glad she's still alive.
Oh, you know her.
Of course.
Makes sense.
When people were trying to find out where I was, a few years back or a few decades, some thought sacrifice might be a good method and abandoned their children in the mountains.
And I assume that didn't jive with you then.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But I raised them well enough.
I see, so you're like an adopted dad.
And then they all went missing.
I'm wondering, and Miffy, you said you don't have some memories, right? Not like, there's some things you can't remember.
Not really. No.
And, we know Essence also has some, memory issues to an extent. I wonder if someone's trying to make sure you aren't found.
My god touch also inherits some of my traits. Durability is a big one. They would make excellent soldiers. That's why I don't normally take any on. I'm not one for war.
There. Yeah, we know one that's definitely been used for her durability, unfortunately.
Essence?
Yeah.
Is she not well?
She's not doing particularly well, but we're trying to figure something out right now.
Hey, Mr. Claytor, have you heard of... Elia?
The name rings a bell. It's been a long time, though, since I've heard it.
She's a real bitch. That's all you really need to know.
We'll get this, he says.
We'll get this.
We'll get this.
Like it's gossip.
Yeah. Her spark, she has the ability to merge anything together, and she merged Solari with Essence. And when I went to go see her, she was falling apart. And then he covers his mouth. It's like,
Shui.
I wasn't supposed to tell Brandy that I went to see Essence.
You did what?
Oh,
I mean, it's obvious now. You don't have to repeat it, but sounds worse than I thought it was, apparently.
Falling apart in what way?
Well, Solari's like the goddess of the sun, right? To me. And to Yaya, it looked like her skin was burning or something.
Unfortunately, it seemed like she couldn't control the heat surrounding her. It wasn't intentional. It's unfortunate that they were merged for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's failing, it seems. When these mergers happen, they aren't perfect, I suppose, and we know another person who's been merged as well, and they seem to be having a similar effect, unfortunately.
That is very unfortunate.
Miffy, where did you say that you woke up again?
In Winaria?
I think it was a place called Ponty Place.
Oh, well, alright. Brandy bristles at that.
Theo looks at Brandy.
Ponty Place?
Yeah, there were a lot of people with all these eye tattoos.
What?
Eye tattoos.
Yeah, in their chest, and he points to his.
Yeah, that's a sign, yeah, for sure. That was Alia.
So Alia, just coincidentally, is behind both of your backstories. So...
Sounds like she commands the Everlasting Eye cult.
The lasting eye, not everlasting.
Whatever, the Lasting Eye, you know, the cult that fucking, supposedly Estel started. Her, you know, her fucking twin.
Can you remind me, where was her, like, domain? Was that Winaria?
It's not necessarily all of Winaria. It's just she lives in Winaria and she rules Black Peak specifically, which is not in Ponty Place.
But Black Peak is in Winaria.
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty much what I was trying to... Okay.
Ponty Place. Why the hell would you go back there?
I don't know. That's just where I woke up.
She was like, maybe Elia unmerged with Miffy?
Huh?
If she was using him for his spark.
Miffy just looks confused.
That's what happened with Tinder, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Elia wanted to use Miffy's spark for something. What's Ponty Place, by the way?
I got a view of a couple, maps when we were at the compound. I'm pretty sure that used to be, old town called Foalar. That's, was where I was, raised, as it were, before I...
Theo takes Brandy's hand.
Oh, like the prison?
Yeah, that's the town I burnt to the ground. I guess they built Ponty Place on top of the ruin. I don't know why they would do that or what's worth having there, but apparently it's important enough for Elia to revisit.
So that must have been like her lab then.
It was a church to Lemony that had me housed, which makes sense now in retrospect, because we know Lemony's whole bullshit now. It's just... I don't know. That seems... That doesn't sit right.
Map-wise, it is extremely close. Not right next to, but it is very close to the Black Forest.
Okay.
Maybe she was using Miffy's spark to find the Black Heart or something. I don't know.
Maybe. And people that she merges with or merges something with usually have memory issues, don't remember the time that they were merged with her.
That doesn't sound fun.
Sure isn't. It sure is not.
When did you wake up?
Just
After the war.
after the war, yeah, the Prime War.
Well, here's the thing, is she was merged with Tinder during that time, right? Didn't Tinder not also not remember the Prime War?
No. She was only merged with Tinder like 15 years.
No, she was merged with Tinder a while
was
ago.
it? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was like, cause like...
Nah.
Okay.
Well, she can be merged with multiple things at once.
But
so-
she can only take over, like, or take the appearance of one body, though.
The Prime War was 10 years ago. And you know that she was like a couple decades, like 3 or 4 decades.
She might have been merged. It's possible. It's right next to the Black Forest. They seem to be mining some gems out of there that they find incredibly useful. Could be a lot more in there, and with a spark like that, I could definitely see why it would be of use.
If Elia was measured at Miffy, but if he's here now,
Hi.
then then doesn't that mean that Elia found what she wanted to find?
It seems like it.
Or Miffy's just extremely strong-willed and no.
Yeah, totally. I'm sure that Miffy overpowered Aelia of all people.
Arthur is trying. He's doing that thing where he's trying. Like, if you look at him, he's staring straight forward and trying to keep like as blank of an expression as possible, just to not give anything away. If you look at him,
Yeah.
I was just curious about his how he was reacting.
his reaction is, "I cannot react." You can see he's thinking that very hard.
That doesn't sit right.
Well, that's not what we're here for, right? You just need to help Mr. Claytor.
Mister.
Right. We need to figure out how to do that, though.
It's fine. Not everything has to be fixed. Just no one can find me.
That's so sad, Mr. Claytor.
Why?
You can't be here forever.
Nothing is forever. Things change eventually. I will wait for the next chance.
Shui shakes his head, and he's like, that could be 200 years from now.
Time is irrelevant to a being like me.
But still, don't you think it's more fun to just live in the moment?
I've lived plenty of moments.
I can't let this sit on my consciousness. I can't just leave you here like this. You're injured. An injury like this, especially on a god, has to be treated.
Have you ever heard of a god being injured like this?
No, I haven't.
Maybe I can ask my friend Winona about it. Or Solari.
Do you trust the other gods?
I feel like we should not talk to any of those people about this. If Claytor is insisting that we don't.
I won't say Claytor's name.
No, I'd say don't say anything, Shui. Because I think it'll become obvious who you're talking about through context clues.
If any other gods find out that I am injured in this way and not simply remaining dormant, there is a high possibility I will be forced to go to the keep. It is not good for the god of nature to be on a different plane for long periods of time. But they will do that to protect me from dying.
Yeah, I was going to suggest putting you in the moon with Winona. But we know that place is safe, as far as we're aware, but... Well, the moon's on our plane, technically.
The interior is not.
I think the best we can do then is respect Claytor's wishes.
Unfortunately.
I'm inclined to agree.
You don't have to fix everything.
Right, but we kind of have to fix some things, and this seems like a pretty big thing that's important.
Keeping it a secret is.
Right.
I'll keep it a secret, but I'll come back for you, Claytor. I promise. I'll find a way.
If you must.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
Can you help the one you spoke of, Essence?
Yes. We'll try.
And if you find any of my other children, can you send them back? If they want to come back.
I will, yes.
And he just kind of nods at that and stands back up. And he starts to walk back inside that kind of like crystal cage almost that he put himself in.
Do not tell anyone you've seen me.
Mm-hmm.
And the crystals slowly close back around him. Sorry, I thought that was gonna go a lot differently.
That's alright. Shoot, I forgot to bow the entire time. What have I done?
The one god you didn't bow to was your god.
I slipped my mind somehow.
Bow now, maybe he'll notice.
Okay. He just bows to the crystals.
Miffy just kind of absentmindedly like kicks a stone and is like, I guess we should go back. Then Claytor comes out and is like, don't kick the stone again.
You disrespect me.
Very well done.
There's not a lot we can do right now.
And he kind of like mopes back into the boat.
Shui sighs too, and he's also moping. He's like, it's just like Master Dashi said. Sometimes inaction is the best course of action.
Dashi has a saying for everything, huh?
Yeah, isn't she great?
Yeah, she's so wise. Let's go back to the...
We have the extremely worried boat with Brandy and Theo, and then we have the moping boat with Avayath, Shui, and Miffy.
And Arthur, but he's always constantly moping.
Arthur's always moping. Right now, he's trying to have no expression on his face, so he's not counting. He's neutral, a neutral force in the boat.
In Theo's head, Brandy will just say, like, I wonder if it's a good idea to go back to Ponty Place.
Would you want to do that?
No. Hell no. I don't want to go back there, but if there's something that can give an answer to all this, maybe it'll help. I don't know. I don't know if it's important to go there. I don't know what. But, like, if this Claytor fella dies and the whole balance of everything's thrown off, I feel like that's a pretty big chance that it'll start fucking up everything.
I don't know what's right or what we should do or even try to do. I don't know if our hands and things would help or what.
Well, it seems like we got some form of big importance in all of this shit, so I feel like they do more help than harm.
And, like, Brandy's like, he's saying this, like, calmly in Theo's head, but his nails are just, like, tearing into the wood right now as he's thinking about that.
Theo takes up his other hand.
I don't like it.
Let's try... We can't do anything about it right now. Let's try to relax.
Yeah, suppose so.
You guys go back through the cave. I guess Avayath and Shui's boat's just fucking dead silent.
Oh no, I mean, Avayath doesn't stay silent because he doesn't want to be mopey.
Yeah, and it's Shui. And also it's Shui.
Yeah. So, they don't stay mopey for long.
Yeah, they don't.
They wait for 5 minutes, and then Shui's like, well, done with that. I'm gonna try and find another rock. No, I'm just kidding. No.
There's no need to worry, you guys. I'll take care of it when I figure out how to. Don't worry, I'll deal with that.
I'll fix it. I got it.
Yeah.
I fucking got this. Don't worry,
That's
guys.
literally what he's doing.
His own hype man right now.
Next time any eldritch creature approaches me, gonna say I want to heal Claytor.
I want to heal Claytor and that mountain right there. He's there, I met him. And Abaddon's like, what?
We just told you not to tell anybody where he is. You fucking fool.
And I guess after Avayath says he'll take care of it, he's like, let's go onwards. Huzzah!
Cha!
I don't think Cha works like that.
All right, and you guys exit the boat after that. Miffy kind of gathering up all of their like materials that they unnecessarily took, but also maybe make a little bit of sense, and has like picks and shit and stuff too with the giant crystals that you found him in.
That was in case Claytor fucking made a giant cliff for us to fall down.
But yeah, he's just like, sorry, I didn't mean for that to get that messy. You guys talked about a lot of stuff.
We know a lot of stuff. We're not your average folk.
You're built different.
We're built different, you could say.
It's quite alright. It was an honor to meet him. I've always wanted to. I've always really wanted to.
He's usually in a better mood than that. He wasn't happy I brought you guys.
Yeah, we could tell we were unwanted guests, but, you know, it happens.
You had to bring someone or else it never would have been fixed. You did the right thing, Miffy.
Are you sure? I feel like I'm in trouble.
Sometimes doing the right thing gets you in trouble, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
I'm gonna... I don't know, go clean something. He starts to, like, walk off.
And she was like, you'll be okay, Miffy. He can't stay mad at you for long.
Kind of gives you a little half-hearted wave. Heads off.
Ugh.
Arthur, you've been awfully still.
What?
Still.
What? Oh,
You look like a statue right now.
oops.
You can't even give us a hint on what the right thing to do in this situation is?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Gotcha.
This is a big thing.
Yep. Sure sounds like it. With that reaction.
Sorry. Probably shouldn't have come on the boat.
Well, it's fine. Even on our break.
But hey, at least we know where Mr. Claytor is now, and that he's alive and well. Well, alive.
Yeah. Alive and alive.
And if he's alive, then that means we can help him.
Good thinking, Shui, of course. There's still hope.
Arthur goes back to trying to remain as neutral as possible.
You shut the fuck up. I'm gonna kill him. Can I strangle him? Can I roll to hit?
He's like, I should go to bed if you're gonna keep this conversation going.
Oh, we can talk about something else. Don't want to stay on this topic forever.
Tomorrow's the bonfire, and then we're leaving.
Oh, the bonfire. That should be fun.
We should make our last day worth it.
Absolutely.
He kind of starts to head off towards his cabin, and he's like, I'll see you all tomorrow.
Good night, Master Arthur. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Good night.
Remember, I gave you that stone.
Yes. I have it. He holds it in his hand.
Yay! She laughs and waves. Good night.
And he goes back to his cabin.
I'm gonna cast sending to Arthur real quick.
Okay.
Through subtle spell.
Mm-hmm.
Stay up a little longer. I don't want to end this trip on a bad note. So, just stay up a little longer.
Okay.
I'll get you soon.
Gotcha.
Under his breath, as he's just walking to the room, is just like, fucking can't even get a break from it all while we're on a break.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm sorry, this was the best location for it to happen at. So.
Can't even get a break, even when we're on a break.
I was literally like, there's no other time I can think of that you guys will go to the mountains if you can just fucking teleport wherever now, so. Alright, are you guys going to bed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Cha!
God damn it.
But I have a thing I want to do first. Brandy's gonna pretend to sleep for a bit with Theo. And then once Theo goes to bed, he's gonna open his eyes and gonna cast Dream on Theo. The dream is the two of them sitting on a hill together. Big grassy hill, starry night. You can see all the stars in the sky. I think he is aware that I am casting this. And Brandy kind of like looks down to him and is just like, I thought this might be a better way to, spend the night, have a nicer moment rather than having that, be the end of it all,
Yes, it is rather nice out here. In the dream?
Yeah, it is a little nicer. Look at that, you can even see every dang star in the sky.
Theo looks up at the stars and he's like, I always did like stargazing.
Yeah, me too. And he flicks his hand, and Theo watches as the stars, move with his hand movements. The stream stuff's pretty useful. It's funny to think I can do things like this. Nowadays, we really have spent a long time together now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You always surprise me. You never cease to amaze me, honestly.
Yeah, feels like just yesterday that you found me in your auntie's barn. And as he does that, he waves his hand,
and Theo watches as the stars shape the barn itself.
Oh, look at that.
Shows Theo stepping towards it and opening the barn up. Brandy's just there, thinking for a second, staring up at this, before the stars start to move again, and he's like,
We have been through so much together. These last months that we've spent together, we've met a whole bunch of folks. We made a little party with Avayath and Shui.
And as he's saying this, you see the stars slowly start to shape different people. Shapes like people at the compound, Peter, Estel, Libris, and Arthur, and all them. And you see then shaping Avayath and Shui, both of who like wave excitedly at you, Theo.
Theo wants, he does like a little wave back, and he wants to say, my life has definitely been completely different since we met.
Yeah, mine as well. We've spent so much time at the compound together. We've started traveling together. We went to Greenflower. We fought some crazy creatures.
Yeah.
And the stars shift, show Greenflower, shift to show the Jabbers and the Sirens and things like that.
We've through all of this, you and me, we've been kind of inseparable, I suppose. I think for me, though, out of all these adventures, the biggest adventure has been falling in love with you so far.
Yes, it's made everything worth it, despite the hardships and the time away. It's always been there.
Yeah, and he slowly waves his hand again, and the stars start to change again. Shows the two of them hand in hand.
To think that I've been lucky enough to have somebody by my side through all of this hardship, through everything the two of us have gone through every fight, through every moment of struggle and strife. I've always had you by my side. You've loved me, not only in despite of all of my flaws, but because of them. And there are no words to describe how much I love you, Theo.
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything. Honestly, being with you has been amazing. It's just been amazing.
Yeah, and I don't know. Everything's been so up in the air lately. Losing you and knowing that you were gone for so long, and having to come and track you down and find you, and now everything that's going on, all this happening. There's so much we don't know right now. There's so much we're about to go into. So much that we aren't ready for. There's so much that can happen.
And as he's doing this, the stars are shaping different scenes throughout their lives together so far. Like, just the two of them sitting together, two of them kissing, two of them walking along the streets together, laying in bed together, all of that. Before ending again on the two of them hand in hand together again. At which point he says, you know, with so much up in the air, I want something that both of us can hold on to, I guess. A foundation. I want you to know that no matter how crazy things get, no matter how hard things are about to become, no matter how hard they are throughout the rest of our lives together, I am always going to be here for you. I am yours forever and always. I didn't know that I could feel this way so strongly about another person. And I want to make sure that you never have to question any of this ever again. You never have to worry, because I'm always going to be by your side. I'm always going to be here at the end of the day to protect you, to hold you in my arms, to make sure that we keep moving forward. We have another day to look forward to. And we got another adventure just around the corner together. Maybe not as exciting as these ones have been, but well worth having nonetheless. And he waves his hand again, and you watch the two hands let go, and they're facing one another. And you see the Brandy take a knee, and Brandy says, but that's a lot of talk, so how about you wake up and I'll let my actions speak a little louder than these words, huh?
Okay. I love you.
I love you too. And the dream will fade, and Theo will wake up, and he'll see Brandy on his knee in front of him with a ring in hand. It seems to be made of wood, except the center stone that the wood is curled around very intricately appears to be a blue sandstone, similar to this, like a little starry sky. And Brandy looks up at him and smiles and is just like, will you make me the happiest fella alive and marry me, Theo Redstone?
Yes, Brandy, I will.
He gets up and cries. For sure. But very excitedly grabs Theo and picks him up, scoops him up in his arms and spins him around. Very excitedly, just holding him very tight and kissing him over and over again before setting him down and putting the ring onto his finger, and it fits perfectly.
Wow.
Seems that seed of yours seemed to think this was pretty destined as well.
And he'll hold up his hand, and he also has a ring. His ring looks similar to this, except also made out of wood.
Wow. Who knew that, just a nice little vacation could end with me being so happy.
Yeah.
And that we really will be together forever.
Yeah, we will. I promise. I'm never going anywhere, darling. I am yours forever and always. I love you more than anything in the world, Theo.
I love you too.
And he'll lean down and he'll kiss him again. A very, very long kiss before pulling away and being like, maybe we should tell the others.
Right now? As I'm crying?
I mean, I'm crying too. I think it ain't a big deal.
Okay.
I kind of already talked about it with them a little bit. They're kind of the ones that convinced me to do it. So.
What a cheeky little boy Shui is. That little bugger.
Yeah, so we should go. And he starts walking to the door. Should probably go tell him. And as he opens them, they're all there already. While Theo was asleep, Brandy could use a messenger to speak to him, which is what he was doing. And in the meantime, he went to Arthur and Avayath and Shui's door and told them, hey, I'm proposing to Theo right now. If you want to come and celebrate right now, there are drinks in my room.
Oh my gosh.
This is absolutely the gayest shit I've ever seen, like, in my life. Like, on God.
And as he opens the door, he's like, oh, they're already here. Look at that.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
You guys!
Shui made party poppers. Pop, pop.
You guys were really ready for this. Oh.
This is so exciting.
I'm so happy for you two.
Even Master Arthur's happy for you. He's shaking Master Arthur.
He's grabbing his jaw and making him shake his head yes.
Yeah, I was about to say Avayath grabs his wrists and makes him like move his hands up and down.
You
fake
guys.
excitement.
You guys. You guys stop.
Well, Theo wipes at his face. Well, it's certainly a party.
Here, let's enjoy the night a little bit longer. Let's celebrate, yeah?
Yeah.
Can I actually drink this time?
Not alcohol, but you can have water.
You can have water.
Just pretend the gazebo effect will.
But, yeah. And that's all I really wanted out of the scene.
Yeah, I guess as they're like celebrating, Avayath and ask, how did it go and all that. I'm like, what did you do? I don't know the details.
Brady's like, he said no, and then.
It's like you said no, but you guys were already here, so like, it's kind of awkward if I just don't, It's fine, we're just not talking about it, don't worry about it.
He's like, this was also my backup support plan if it fell through.
Mm-hmm.
It went wonderful. Brandy was very theatric. You showed me constellations.
Showed you constellations?
Custom constellations. In a dream.
I guess I'm a little showy.
Arthur pours like a tiny itty bitty baby amount of alcohol and hands it to Shui, and then holds up the bottle like cheers and takes a drink of the whole bottle.
God, Arthur.
God.
Slow down there, partner.
You can have that much. That's like what, a communion amount?
Shui takes it and sips it. Like he throws it back. Needs more sugar.
You would put wine and sugar? Now Arthur's offended. Or sugar and wine, I guess? He's like, wait, no, I said it right the first time with the way you did your coffee. No.
I was gonna say no, but I said you can't knock it till you try it. Hold on, I'm gonna get some sugar.
Oh no.
During the three of them, like going back and forth, Brandy is just stands next to Theo and like holds his hand real tight in his own. Just smiling down at him. And smiling at the three of them going back and forth.
Theo smile back. Tears still in his eyes, very warm. I couldn't ask for a better fate.
Me neither.
Oh, that's so cute. Arthur just goes like, cheers, you'll make a great couple, and takes a drink.
Theo smiles really big at that. Considering.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
And this is how the world ends. Like this was
And
the
then
moment.
the world fucking gets destroyed. This was the
No.
thing. We can't get married. That's the thing.
Are you guys probably going to a little bit early hours before going back to your rooms?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything you want to do besides that?
Fade to black. I'm kidding. Obviously.
I mean, literally, Theo was like getting ready, but like there was people at the door.
They open the door and Theo's like half taking his shirt off, and Barry's like, no.
Honestly, if Brandy spent like 1 minute more just talking, it would have just been very unfortunate.
Well, it's good that he would have fucking. I mean, if Theo had done that, he would have like cast on him and be like, "Deal's off, go, leave." Just fucking.
That's why Theo asked. He was like, "Right now." That's
Right
literally
now,
why he asked.
what am I, my underwear?
So you guys all eventually go back to your rooms.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, because there is one more scene I wanted to do today. We will not finish. I'm just thinking.
If we do it now, it'll make the next session definitely the last.
It will. I'm just thinking if I want to do this scene or not.
Who's it with?
It involves Brandy, and that's why I'm like, I don't know.
Merlin's gonna fucking come up to me and assassinate me.
No. Are you up for a scene?
Yeah, good.
Okay. I'll say it's like 3 or 4 a.m., like after everyone's left, and we've time skipped.
They had their fun, and now now Theo's asleep.
I will say at this point, you kind of get a voice in your head at this point, Brandy. I don't want to ruin your evening or anything, but do you have time to talk? You recognize that as Arthur.
Oh, Arthur?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Sure. I got time, I suppose. Theo's asleep. Where?
In front of the cave.
Place where my body won't be found. Sounds good. Let's go.
All right. You go there.
No. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, obviously. I go there.
That'd be the fucking rudest.
Yeah, I go.
And he's waiting there, and he's similar scene to what Avayath would have found. He's got a bottle of wine sitting in front.
Mm-hmm. I'll also say I would have cast Dream on Theo just to, make sure he has a peaceful sleep. But yeah, you will wave. Howdy.
And he doesn't kind of look to you, but he, holds up a glass that he's brought with him. He seems to have already poured it and holds it out to you for you to come sit with him.
Alright, sure. You'll step over, you'll take a glass.
Had an eventful night?
Yeah, a lot more eventful than I expected. I definitely did not expect the god thing, but,
I was planning the engagement thing today, and I figured this is our last night here, I'm not going to get another chance for a while, so there's that. Could have gone a little smoother, but, you know.
Right.
Definitely, if anything, my life has never been smooth, so. What's, eating away at you, Arthur?
Why did you invite me to come?
I told you.
Do you actually care about me? At all? Or are you just afraid? You can tell me genuinely.
Arthur, if I was afraid of you, I don't think my first instinct, the second you tore apart the universe, would have been to choke you.
But would you have tried to take me here if there wasn't a threat of me becoming something you can't control?
There's a threat of anything in our lives becoming something we can't control. We can't control our lives. We can't control the future. We can't control any of this. I don't think of things in the idea of what I can and can't control. I think of things in, what I'd like to see happen, and I like to work towards that, and I'd like for you to understand where I'm coming from, I suppose.
There are some people who just don't deserve redemption, but people seem to go out of their way to convince them otherwise so they can, justify things. Some people are just born with evil in them, and given the right circumstances, their true colors shine through.
Yeah? You think so?
Definitely.
Because that's what people said about me. That I was born for evil. I was destined to be a monster, and they made me into that monster. I proved them right. I went out of my way to hurt hundreds, thousands of folks.
But people hurt you first.
Uh-huh. And tell me, Arthur, were you happy growing up? Did you have everything you ever wanted growing up? Did you live a good life growing up? Or did you have a bunch of expectations put on you and a bunch of pressure building up that you couldn't go against because it was so expected of you?
You see him kind of gripping the bottle a bit, and he's just like, doesn't matter how you're raised, your actions don't justify things. You need to take responsibility for the things that you do.
What are you doing right now, Arthur? What is the whole point of everything that you've been doing if you're not trying to take responsibility for what you've done? What is you here right now? What is you starting the chosen few, trying to bring folks together? What is you going through timelines for thousands of years trying to figure out what works and what doesn't? What is you trying to, find the answers to all this? It might not be the right way, but I don't know that there is a right way.
Should just stop meddling in things.
Well, it's too fucking late for that. We're all meddling in shit that we probably have no business meddling in, but...
We sure are. You get a voice in your head. That's not me. You recognize that as Arthur.
Ah!
And then you just hear another thing. I don't know if he knows. I don't know what he wants. I don't know why he's here, why he would risk this.
Hi, Arthur.
I can't get closer for obvious reasons. But I felt him come here a few moments ago, maybe 10, 15 minutes.
See. Interesting. Is that why you brought me here, or is that, what are you thinking? What's the game plan, Arthur?
Are you with him right now?
That might be.
Okay. I guess just be very careful how you talk to him.
Gotcha.
And then you hear the Arthur that's with you.
You're being rather quiet.
Yeah. Sure I am. How you doing, Arthur?
He's just kind of staring blankly into the cave. Seems to be thinking about something.
So, you really questioning your choices right now, or are you trying to get something out of me, bud?
What do you mean?
Because I mean what I said. I'm not afraid of you.
Glances over at you.
Glances at him.
I just wanted you to make it make sense to me while you're doing what you're doing.
For what? For him? For the other Arthur?
And you see at that his hand just clench and immediately just shatters the bottle he was holding.
I'll tell you why. You and me, as much as I fucking hate to say it, are two sides of the same coin. You said it yourself. Monsters like us don't get redemption stories, right?
I think you're a wolf among sheep, and watching you pretend to be something else is sickening.
You're right. Probably am. But I'm trying my best to convince myself that I'm a sheep as well.
Sheep don't survive.
It depends on who you ask. It depends on how many there are, I feel like.
Ask the wolf.
Yeah. So do you view yourself as a sheep or a wolf, Arthur?
He looks back into the cave. You said you met a god today. Which one?
Good question. So why are you really here talking to me right now?
Figured it was about time.
About time?
What are you exactly trying to achieve? What is it that you want out of all this?
It's a good question. So many things I want right now. So many things I want. So many things I could tell you that I want. But first, mind if I just shoot the shit with you a little bit longer?
He's just staring at you.
I pity you, Arthur. It's a lot coming from me. You, had a pretty shit upbringing, huh? You had the weight of the world on your shoulders, quite literally. Thrust into a position you didn't want, that you were born into, that people put upon you. You didn't really have a chance to make friends, huh? Didn't have anybody in your life that you, felt that you could connect with because you were, expected.
Doesn't matter.
You even chose the name of your hero growing up to be your new name.
Stop.
You wanted somebody You wanted to be someone like that one day. You wanted to be a hero, right? Is that what you wanted?
Stop. This is not about what I want. This is about what you want.
What do you want, though?
Just a world where things are fair, that's all.
I don't think you can ever get that, Arthur. Life isn't fair.
This life isn't fair. This world isn't fair. That's the way that it's structured and the way that it's made. And you can't fix that anymore. It is baked into everything and how this reality exists. There is nothing fixable. There is nothing worth saving.
See, that's it right there. Nothing worth saving. You have convinced yourself that there's nothing worth saving. Life hasn't been fair to you. Life has been hard on you.
It's hard on everyone. Why do some people get powers and others don't? Why do some people get to be chosen and others don't? Why are some people born with the worst hands dealt to them and others into royalty? That's not fair.
But if everything was the same, there'd be no freedom in it all. There'd be no chance for things to get better. It'd all be the same constantly. It'd be drudgery. It'd be better.
It would be a lot better.
Is that better? Everyone living the exact same life? No free will? No anything like that? Does that sound like a life worth living? That sounds like you're just a part of a machine at that point. Doing the same thing everybody else is doing. It sounds like you're just one person.
You don't know that because you've only ever seen this world. You don't know what a world I make would be like.
And you do? Because it seems like you haven't done it yet and haven't been able to do it yet.
But I'm going to.
But you haven't, so you don't know what it'll be. It's okay that things are unfair. Life is unfair. That's not a bad thing.
It's not fair.
It's not. You're right. It's not fair. But it's about what you do with the hand you're dealt that matters. Some people can be dealt the worst hands in the world and still make something out of it. I mean, I'm fucking here, aren't I?
You saw when he yelled like that, his eyes lit up instantly. And you can see kind of coming out of the woodwork of those caves, there's specklings kind of running around inside almost, very clearly attracted to this area.
I feel like you could be so much better if you let people in. If you let people show you how much life like this could mean to you.
You only care now because I'm threatening something that you care about.
It couldn't be further from the truth.
You don't care about what I want. Nobody ever cared about what I wanted.
You're speaking from past experience. From people who hurt you.
History repeats itself.
If you don't learn from it. If you don't learn from history, it's doomed to repeat itself, Arthur. But I've learned from my past. I've learned that burning the whole world to the ground doesn't work too well, because the world will find a way one way or another. Life goes on. It's never going to be fair. How does one survive with fairness at the structure of the world? It's not fair that the wolf eats the sheep to the sheep, but the wolf still has to eat or it'll starve and die, right? There's a give and take to everything. To unfairness, there's fairness. To all good, there is bad. To all light, there's darkness.
You have been tainted and brainwashed by this world into only seeing it the way that you've been always taught to see it.
I was tainted when I was born. when I got taken by that cult of Lemony and raised to be a monster, nobody's born evil, Arthur. You were tainted by the ideals of those before you. It made you so sad.
Why does he keep recruiting these people that just mock me?
And you see at that, he's like grabbing at his neck, which you can see does not have that marking on it.
Brandy.
Yeah, but he is kind of like grabbing it and like snarling.
It makes me sad to see you like this. To think that I was you at some point in my life. That I could see me ending up in your spot somewhere down the line.
You think you're redeemed now? You think a few people can love you and you can just be over it?
I don't think anybody with what I've done can be redeemed. That's not my goal. I don't want redemption. I can't have redemption.
You all focus so much on the small things. There is a bigger picture to everything if you would just look for it.
But there's so much beauty in the fine details that if you overlook it all, if you look at the big picture far too much, you're not going to get the full story. You're not going to get the full enjoyment out of it all, Arthur.
You had a chance to see the big picture. You're stuck. That outdated performer grabbed you first.
Yeah? Were you going to grab me?
A story is only as good as its villains. We would have put on quite a show.
I think we got quite a show to continue putting on. I think I'll make a fine villain to your story and yours to mine, from the sounds of it. A villain's only depending on whose perspective it is.
Then in that case, I guess it's up to the audience then.
Sure is. He looks down at his hand, opens it to show
They're open, definitely, yeah.
the eye to Arthur.
He doesn't seem surprised by that.
Well, we'll have to put on a good show. I wish I could help you. I wish you'd accept help, but I don't think that that's gonna happen. So
what do you want?
I want to fix things. It's simple. I want to fix things.
You've been talking to the wrong Arthur too much.
I've wanted to fix things my whole life. I've just been going about it the wrong way.
He stands up at that.
That's all I came here for.
Well, I hope that you let someone in one day. I hope that you can see that there are people worth caring about. I want you to care. I'm not afraid of you. You can't make me afraid of you. I've been through the worst hell imaginable. Multiple times. The idea of everything ending suddenly doesn't scare me. It's upsetting, sure. But I think what's more upsetting is seeing someone so clearly in need of help refuse it over and over again.
The main difference between you and me is you've garnered a lot of things to lose that you care about. I don't have those things.
The difference between you and me is you never gave yourselves a chance to care. You never wanted to take the risk.
You're about to take a lot of risks then.
And he vanishes.
It'll be worth it.
Thank you to our high-tier patrons.
Bigreddog.
Wamulet.
Bubby.
Dion, Miranda.
Zeb.
Arkeus a Druid.
The Hat Man.
Charles.
Keilan.
Spirit the Party Penguin.
Z.
Zachary Cook.
And Mr. Bakudan.
This is the last time they'll be on the screen, so an extra special shout out to our Kickstarter backers for this season. And keep a lookout for the Ko-fi drive that will be starting soon for the next season's opening. This season of Chosen Ones has been amazing and a very bumpy ride, and we're so happy to have all of you with us for it. As always, I'd like to remind you that this small production grows the most through listeners like you sharing it with others, and through your efforts we can continue to release this series. It was noted a few episodes before, but it's very rare that our games have gotten this far in their story. And it's no understatement to say that the reason for that is all of you listening. Despite our constant hiatuses due to surprise life events, we've managed to keep our interest through the joy of sharing this story with you over the years, and our excitement to show you what is to come. As we get ready for the next season of the show, I just want to take a moment to say something for myself, and for those watching that you might need to hear. You're trying your best, and it's okay. Your best looks different every day, and I'm so proud of you for doing what you can. It's been a rough few years, and sometimes just existing is enough. Taking a break is okay. The things and the people that you love will still be here for you. You have plenty of time to enjoy them. And in the words of Avayath's mother of all people, people are hardy. They know how to survive. We'll make it through this. And now I'm going to take a break. A short one, but a real one, I promise. And we'll see you next season, fellow Sparks. Thank you, as always, for listening. Don't we usually have like a new logo or something kind of pop up here? Or... Ah! Well, I'm sure that's fine. Oh, goodness.
Morning soon. The light dims fast here. Should we go outside again one more day, my dear? Why don't we just stay as the familiar fades away? Things are the same day by day. What are you waiting for, darling? What are you running from, stranger? Where are you hiding now? Don't you waste this chance. Do we have time for this, dear friend? How could we ever run out now? All that we have is this moment. Let's make time. For the end of this story, time for the start of our new life, time for us all to come back for fate's last encore. Will we find out what this all means? It means a lot that you're here now. Let's make the most of this, shall we? We have time. All that we have is this moment. Let's make it last.